Welcome everyone. Ty and Charlene Bollinger here with The Truth About Cancer. We're so excited for tonight's premiere of Quest for the Cure's final chapter.
Episode 1 is titled The Sordid History of the Cancer Cartel, a Century of Suppression and Censorship. And here is a sneak peek to get you excited.
The medical model is reduced to killing a cell, radiating a cell, or poisoning a cell, or electrocuting a cell. That's all the medical model can do.
Rockefeller and Carnegie started to offer rather sizable grants to reform education in America. Their agenda was to have control over the curricula of these schools. The staffs and the curricula of these institutions became totally oriented toward drugs.
And just because it's not taught to us in medical school, just because it is not mentioned in medical textbooks, it doesn't mean it's not true.
My personal opinion is that the pharmaceutical companies and the government have been restricting it because it's a threat. It's a threat to the money. It's just like all the natural cures for cancer.
There's nothing, absolutely nothing that these interests will not do if the profit is high enough.
There is merciless harassment by the authorities of doctors who are inventors. I'm now going through 3 years of harassment by Texas Medical Board. And one of the reasons why I'm going through this is I use the treatment which is not standard treatment.
Oncology is an unbelievably lucrative field of medicine, especially when you're running the business side of it.
Money drives the cancer industry, okay? It is money that makes you write the prescriptions, it is money that makes you write the investigations, it is money that makes you do everything.
And on May 6, 1992, they raided our clinic with guns drawn. One of them came in and stuck his gun within a few feet of the receptionist's face.
I was looking at an environmental issue, land application of sewage sludge, accused me of research misconduct.
It's called biosludge or biosolids. It's human feces, industrial waste from the city, recycled into a green product that is now sustainably redistributed to the farms as organic fertilizer.
William Thompson is the first insider in the history of the world to come forward from the Immunization Safety Office of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and say, we have lied. We have committed scientific fraud.
They tried to basically get us to refute our data, deny our data, throw away or destroy our original data showing the infected families and populations, and we refused. And when we refused, we were fired. They fired me, they jailed me, they held me in jail without ever having a hearing.
Approximately a year later, I was indicted on 19 counts of importation of an unapproved new drug. I was sentenced to a year in prison and 3 years probation.
Fitzgerald says, quote, "My investigation to date should convince this committee that a conspiracy does exist." This is testimony before Congress by a chief investigator for the Interstate Commerce Commission, and his report goes into a pages-long report of suppression of natural treatments, and it's in the congressional record.
You can't tell me I can't sell seeds. You can't tell me I can't sell apples because it has the same thing in it. I'm going to turn myself in, and there was $1 million bail they gave me. $1 million. Yeah, $883,000. I was guilty that day. That was it. They held me from that day. I didn't come out for 5 years from that day.
5 years?
5 years. 4 years, 11 months. Yeah.
County jail? Where'd you go?
I went to MDC. I think it was not county. This is federal.
Federal prison?
Oh, yeah.
One of the biggest and most egregious examples of censorship was the censorship of these health websites. Everyone that was doing, health recommendations and things that were not, in line with what the FDA was prescribing, they were getting systematically disconnected from the computer systems via the Google search engine, dropping them off or pushing them to the last page. Really woke me up.
Mainstream media, won't cover these topics. Your doctor doesn't even know about most of this. Medical schools don't teach it, and the science journals won't print it.
Because this answers the question, how come your doctor doesn't know about this? It's because of the politics, it's not the science.
The private viewing link for you to watch tonight's episode is in the description below.
We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks and God bless.